Dear students, today we are going to see inverse Laplace transform and convolution theorem. First, let us see inverse Laplace transform. The definition is, if L of f of t is equal to capital F of s, then L inverse of capital F of s is equal to small f of t. We know that this is the definition of Laplace transform. L of f of t is equal to capital F of s. Then inverse Laplace transform will be, you bring this L to the other side. So that will become L inverse of capital F of s, that is equal to small f of t. Remaining term in the left hand side is small f of t. Okay, now we are going to see some important formulas in inverse Laplace transform. Already we have seen some formulas in Laplace transform. The first one is L of 1 is equal to 1 by s. From this formula, we can derive the inverse of 1 by s. That is, if you bring this L to the other side, that will become L inverse of 1 by s is equal to left hand side remaining term is 1. So, L inverse of 1 by s is 1. Second one, L of e power at is equal to 1 by s minus a. Already we have studied this. So, from this we can derive its inverse Laplace transform. You bring that L to the other side. So, we get L inverse of 1 by s minus a is equal to e power at. Similarly, we can derive the remaining formulas. Third one is L of e power minus at is equal to 1 by s plus a. From this, L inverse of 1 by s plus a is equal to e power minus at. Fourth one is L of sin at is equal to a by s square plus a square. From this, L inverse of a by s square plus a square is equal to sin at. So here you can see this a is constant. So you can take that constant outside this L inverse and you can bring that a to the other side. So we get L inverse of 1 by s square plus a square is equal to 1 by a sin at. Fifth one is L of cos at is equal to s by s square plus a square. This will imply L inverse of s by s square plus a square is equal to cos at. Sixth one, L of t power n is equal to n factorial by s power n plus 1. From this, L inverse of n factorial by s power n plus 1 is equal to t power n. Here, n factorial is constant. You can take that constant outside this L inverse. So, we get L inverse of 1 by s power n plus 1 is equal to t power n. You bring that n factorial to the other side. So, we get t power n by n factorial. Seventh one is L of sin h at is equal to a by s square minus a square. From this, L inverse of 1 by s square minus a square is equal to sin h at by a. Eighth one, L of cos h at is equal to s by s square minus a square. From this, L inverse of s by s square minus a square is equal to cos h at. So, these formulas are very important in inverse Laplace transform. Okay, now we are going to see convolution theorem. First, let us see the definition of convolution of two functions. That is, the convolution of two functions f of t and g of t is defined as f of t convolution g of t. The star denotes convolution. F of t convolution g of t is equal to integral 0 to t f of u into g of t minus u du. This is the definition of convolution of any two functions. F of t convolution g of t. The star means it is convolution. So, f of t convolution g of t is equal to integral 0 to t. So, you see in the first function, that is first function is f of t. In first function you have to replace t by u. So, we get f of u, and you see the second function is g of t. In g of t you have to replace t by t minus u. After replacing, we want to integrate with respect to u. This is the definition of convolution of two functions f of t and g of t. We have one note, f of t convolution g of t is same as g of t convolution f of t. Now let us see convolution theorem. If f of t and g of t are functions defined for t greater than or equal to 0, then inverse form of convolution theorem is L inverse of capital F of s into capital G of s is equal to L inverse of capital F of S convolution L inverse of capital G of S. This is most important theorem. That is L inverse of capital F of S into capital G of S is L inverse of capital F of S convolution L inverse of capital G of S. So here capital F of S means it is Laplace transform of f of t, and capital G of S means Laplace transform of small g of t. Okay, now let us try one problem. Using convolution theorem, find L inverse of 1 by S plus A into S plus B. So first let us consider the inverse form of convolution theorem statement. So that is L inverse of f of S into g of S is equal to L inverse of capital F of S convolution L inverse of capital G of S. This is the statement of inverse form of convolution theorem. So we are considering this. Now you consider the given problem L inverse of 1 by S plus A into S plus B. So now this can be written as L inverse of 1 by S plus A into 1 by S plus B. We are splitting 1 by S plus A into 1 by S plus B. So now this is of the form L inverse of, this is, you take this as capital F of S and second term as capital G of S. Now by convolution theorem we can write this as L inverse of f of S, that means L inverse of the first function. So that is L inverse of 1 by S plus A convolution L inverse of the second function L inverse of G of S. So we get L inverse of 1 by S plus B. That is we have written L inverse of 1 by S plus A convolution L inverse of 1 by S plus B. Now we can apply inverse Laplace transform formula. We know that L inverse of 1 by S plus A is e power minus AT convolution L inverse of 1 by S plus B is e power minus BT. So we written inverse Laplace transform formula. Now this is of the form f of t convolution g of t. For that let us consider definition of convolution of two functions. So f of t convolution g of t is integral 0 to t f of u g of t minus u du. So already I have said f of t convolution g of t means integral. In the first function you have to replace t by u, and in the second function you have to replace t by t minus u. So in this problem f of t is e power minus at and g of t is e power minus bt. Now let us apply the definition of convolution. By the above definition it can be written as integral 0 to t e power minus au. That is, here we are replacing t by u. So we get e power minus au, and in the second function you replace t by t minus u. So we get e power minus b into t by t minus u. So we get t minus u du. That is equal to integral 0 to t. Now let us simplify it. So e power minus au into e power minus b into t minus u can be written as e power minus bt into e power minus b into minus u will be plus bu. So we get e power bu du. Now we want to perform the integration. Before performing the integration, if any term is constant, we can take that constant outside. So here the variable is only u, remaining term we can keep it as constant and we can take it outside. So here this e power minus bt term is not having any u term. So we can take that e power minus bt term outside, remaining us integral 0 to t e power minus au into e power bu. You can combine the two terms. So if you take e power minus sign outside, remaining will be a minus b into u du. Okay, let us integrate it now. So e power minus bt into integral 0 to t e power minus of a minus bu du. Let us do the integration. This is of the form e power minus x dx. We know that integral of e power minus x is e power minus x by differential of minus x is minus 1. So similarly here we can integrate it. So integral of e power minus a minus b into u is e power minus a minus b into u, and next you differentiate the power and you write the term in the denominator. So if you differentiate this with respect to u, we get minus a minus b. We have written the term in the denominator. Now the integration is over. We can apply the limit 0 to t. That is equal to e power minus bt we can take that minus a minus b outside because it is a constant. So minus e power minus bt by a minus b into remaining as e power minus a minus b u over the limit 0 to t. That is equal to minus e power minus bt by a minus b into, now you apply upper and the lower limit. We have integrated with respect to u. So you replace u as t, that is upper limit, minus of, then you replace u as 0. So if you replace, we get e power minus of a minus b into upper limit is u as t. So t minus, if you apply u as 0, e power minus 0. So e power minus 0 will be 1. So that is equal to minus e power minus bt by a minus b into, now we can split this term, e power minus at into e power minus of minus plus bt minus 1. That is equal to minus 1 by a minus b into, now you multiply this e power minus bt inside. So we get e power minus bt, e power minus at, e power bt. Already we are having this term. We are multiplying this with e power minus bt. So we get this one minus 1 into e power minus bt is e power minus bt. So here e power minus bt and e power plus bt will get cancelled. Remaining will be minus 1 by a minus b into e power minus at minus e power minus bt. So we get that is equal to minus 1 by a minus b into e power minus at minus e power minus bt. Now you can multiply this minus sign inside. So we get 1 by a minus b into, if you multiply this minus sign, we get e power minus bt minus e power minus at. So this is the inverse Laplace transform of 1 by s plus a into s plus b using convolution theorem.